Hi, this is Wessel from Catacomb Studios. Thanks for tuning in. This time, a new video, and it's all about the build of my new studio. The past year, I've been super busy. It took me a lot of work and a lot of money, but it was totally worth it, and I'm really happy to share with you the whole process. So, go with me on the journey on the build of the studio. Okay, starting with adding a door to protect my stuff. And there were some walls between the two rooms which I removed and reused all the drywall to beef up the exterior wall on the back there. Of course, I'm using a lot of wood. I have to make some space. You see my drum kit in there. Nou, zoals je kan zien, het is helemaal leeg. Morgen kan ik de vloer beginnen te leggen. Zin in. Hoi, hoi, hoi. So here you see me drawing out the grid for the foam blocks on which the whole construction is going to lean. So the walls and the ceiling are all gonna stand on the floor. The whole box in a box is floating, so to say. And as a support, I'm using these Redu foam blocks by Merford. As you see, I'm first doing a layer of OSB. On that, I'm doing some framing for the stability. And after that, I'm filling everything with concrete tiles and sand, because I wanted to add as much mass as I could. Of course, I didn't want to leave anything to chance. The whole construction was carefully measured and predicted to have a certain weight, because for these Redu-foam blocks to work properly, they have to have like a minimum amount of weight on them per square decimeters to work properly. And what I calculated was about 2/3 of its maximum weight. So I had a little bit of margin. Of course, on top of the framing, another layer of OSB. Here you can see me moving everything around. I didn't have that much space. So one done, another floor to go. So if you pay close attention, you can see that I'm laying these OSB sheets crosswise in comparison to the other room. This is something that I didn't do with full intention, but I ran into some issues afterwards. Of course, everything is being held together by these wooden beams, so it didn't matter that much, but that gave some challenges, let's say. So if you're wondering how much really went into the floor, that was 40 bags of sand and 145 tiles of concrete. Combined with all the wood, it was weighing around 5,000 kilo. So that was the floor, the walls in part 2.